All right, Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone. And this is going to be real short. I went into, I believe it was a week ago, or 2 weeks ago now, or a week and a half or 2 weeks ago. I went into, I made two videos about going into Jacob and Esau, pertaining to two different topics. And I mentioned in one of the videos, actually might have been three. The most recent one, I think I mentioned this, what I'm getting ready to go into real quick. I mentioned this in the video and didn't bring it out in any of the videos, so I decided just to bring it out now. And correction also, because I said that I believed when they pretty much reconciled, they came together and they, squashed, the stuff that they had out. I said it was in the 28th chapter of Genesis. I said I believe that it's in, but correction on my behalf, it's in the 33rd chapter. And pretty much what this goes into, I'm just going to read it and we're just going to close out. And I'm going to touch on a tad bit, is where I was saying in the videos that that the hatred of Esau, right? The hatred of Esau towards us, towards the Israelites, comes from, the descendants, as in it's passed down from the people that you see nowadays, and so on and so on and so forth. Because actual Esau and Jacob, like I said in the videos, that they actually came together and they squashed it, right? The problem that Esau had with Jacob, they came together and they stopped it. They got rid of it. They squashed it, right? So, but that hatred, right, in Ezekiel 33, which we're gonna get that. Let's get that real quick. Is it 33? No, it's 35. It's right here, actually. Oh, look at that. It says prophecy against Mount Seir, right? I'm gonna get straight to the point. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Right? Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and that hatred continued down the line. Right? Because Esau and Jacob, Esau's problem with Jacob, they let that stuff go, man. When Jacob took when Esau gave his birthright over to Jacob, right? And Esau was pissed, right? So their mother, right, sent Jacob away until his anger calmed down pretty much, right? So this is in the 33rd chapter. It says Jacob meets Esau, right? This is Genesis 33 and verse 1. And Jacob lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, Esau came, and with him 400 men. And he divided the children unto Leah and unto Rachel and unto unto the two handmaids. And he put the handmaids and their children foremost, and Leah and her children after, and Rachel and Joseph hindermost. And he passed over before them and bowed himself to the ground 7 times until he came near to his brother. And Esau ran to meet him and embraced him and fell on his neck and kissed him, and they wept. And he lifted up his eyes and saw the women and the children, and said, who are those with thee? And he said, the children which the Most High hath graciously given thy servant. Then the handmaids came near, they and their children, and they bowed themselves. And Leah also, with her children, came near and bowed themselves. And after came Joseph near Rachel and they bowed themselves. And he said, what meanest thou by all this drove which I met? And he said, these are to find grace in the sight of my Lord. And Esau said, I have enough, my brother. Keep keep that thou hast unto thyself. And Jacob said, Nay, I pray thee, if now I have found grace in thy sight, then receive my present. Then receive my present at my hand, for therefore I have seen thy face, as though I had seen the face of the Most High, and thou wast pleased with me. Take, I pray thee, my blessing that is brought to thee, because the Most High hath dealt graciously with me, and because I have enough. And he urged him, and he took it. And he said, Let us take our journey, and let us go, and I will go before thee. And he said unto him, My Lord knoweth that the children are tender, and the flocks and herds with young are with me. And if men should overdrive them, one day all the flock will die. Let my Lord, I pray thee, pass over before his servant, and I will lead on softly, according as the cattle that goeth before me, and the children be able to endure until I come unto my Lord, until Seir. And Esau said, Let me now leave with thee some of the folk that are with me. And he said, What needeth it? Let me find grace in the sight of my Lord. So Esau returned that day unto his way unto Seir, and Jacob journeyed to Succoth, and built him an house, and made booths for his cattle. Therefore the name of the place is called Succoth. Right? So that's where that comes from, because Esau dwelt in the mountains, man. Right? Mount Seir, the Caucasus Mountain. That's where you get the word Caucasian. Right? That's where you get that stuff from. Right? And they got those Geico commercials. I don't know if they still have them, but you know, the old commercials, if they don't have them anymore, where they say, "So easy a caveman can do it." Right? And the original cavemen were Edomites, man. These Edomites. You see, they was dwelling in the mountains. You know, grunting and you know, musty and couldn't take care of themselves. They learned that stuff through us, man. Right? And it's crazy when you go back to the history of learning about who Esau is and who the Edomites are and how they used to conduct themselves and stuff. And you got these people, of these other nations and Jake that now try to flock towards Esau and try to be like them, right? And not understanding that these people were basemen, man. These people was in the mountains grunting and doing all type of shit, you know. Had no really order and instruction, and Esau tells you that through his TV shows, you know, his history through some of his comedies, right? That whole Geico, you know, those commercials, Geico so easy a caveman can do it, and they got two Edomites. Those two Edomites, you know, they got the Flintstones. You see, and Jake will not Jake Esau puts the truth in plain sight. But the thing is, Jake doesn't know, because they don't have the spiritual eyes open. So when they see stuff like that, they just think it's just, you know, comedy, or they think it's just a cartoon, or they just think, you know, lightly of it, right? And they don't understand that these people are nothing to be admired, right? The Most High put these people in their position, man. Put these people in the position that they're in right now, to have that power, you know, to have that look that everybody wants to be like, and whatever the case may be, right? And then it's crazy. One thing that he said it, I don't know what video, I know it's recently, in like the past like recent 2 days. I believe that the other Prophet Bar, he said in one of his videos, I remember hearing it, he said that in the kingdom, the Israelites wouldn't even believe, right, that how bad Esau is going to be put down, right, and how low they're going to come. When you see them in the kingdom, you wouldn't even, it would be so hard for you to believe that these people that you see right now, these people rule the world, man. It's going to be crazy to think that. We're going to see them in that day. They're going to be beaten, hurting, sunburned, and hair and just in a terrible condition they're going to be in, man. And you're going to be like, these people, the kids going to be like, these people was over you, Dad? These people? And be laughing, making jokes at them, pointing at them, laughing at them. Like, these people was over you? There's no way. These people rule the world. These people. And you're like, yeah, it was bad times, man. It was bad times. But yeah, that's you know, that's just what it is. So, like I said, it was gonna be super short, but I just wanted to it keeps popping up in my mind for me just to go into it. So I had to just go into it because I have been saying that Esau and Jacob, you know, they squashed, the beef, right? The best way to put it, they squashed it, right? And went their own separate ways, right? But that hatred continued down the line, right? And that's why you have Esau hate Jake right now. You got the damn KKK and all them other people, all them other groups, that all these other groups that Esau comes up with. You're right. You got the police, you know, the modern day slave catchers, all these people, man. They really hate Jake, and that's why you see them act the way they do towards Jake, because how they feel towards him, right? So I just wanted to clear that up. A correction on my behalf, and then also going into it, proving what I was saying in those. I think I said like in three or four videos, and I didn't never went into it. So I guess it was time for that to be brought up. So a short lesson, very 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 short.